One of the last prayers of Jesus while he was here was for us, specifically for people who would believe in him because of the ministry of those first followers of Jesus. And he specifically prays for all who would come after those first followers of Jesus. And his prayer for us is that we would be one, that we would have unity. In fact, he uses the phrase, Father, bring them to complete unity, lacking nothing, but complete in their unity. Now, unity doesn't mean that I have to think like you think and you have to think like I think. That's just agreeing. Unity doesn't even mean that we have to agree on what we believe. We don't have to believe the same to have unity. We don't have to look the same, have the same racial background, have the same financial background. None of those things are what make unity. Unity is a deep commitment to another person or group of people that is so strong and based on such strong truth that disagreements don't jeopardize the relationship. If you're married, this is something you promised. You promised God and the people that were at your wedding and your spouse that there would be times when you don't agree. There will be times when things are different between you, but those differences don't, won't, and can't jeopardize your relationship because you have committed to unity. Now, I just wonder what it would look like for a group of Jesus followers to take this prayer seriously, to take this desire of Jesus seriously, and be so committed to one another that there is no disagreement that could possibly jeopardize the relationships. I'm not sure we've seen that in our lifetime. Maybe we've seen glimpses of it, but I would like to see it. I would like to see a group of people so committed to Christ and so committed to each other that no matter what they disagree on, they figure it out, they work it out, and nothing can jeopardize that relationship. Now, Paul was writing to his friends at church in Galatia, and in almost everything Paul wrote down, he went back to the words of Jesus, to that prayer of Jesus, and he encouraged, stressed, and commanded Jesus followers to find some unity, figure it out. And I love what he says in Galatians chapter 3. He's talking about the community of faith, and he says, there is neither Jew nor Gentile, slave nor free, nor is there male and female. You are all one in Christ. Now, talk about some groups of people that don't really have anything in common. Jews and Greeks, Jews and Gentiles back in the day, there was very little that they shared in common. What did they have in common in this community of faith? Jesus. And then you have slaves and slave owners. Talk about two ends of the economic spectrum. What did they have in common? Not much, except for Jesus. And then you talk about the ultimate pair of different people, men and women. We are so different in the way we think, the way we talk, the way we listen, the way we dress. Everything about us is different between male and female. And yet Paul says there's one thing you have in common if you're in the community of faith, and that is Jesus. So today I want to encourage you, if you're watching this video, that you as a Jesus follower, read that prayer of Jesus in the book of John, where he asks that his followers be completely united. And then ask God to help you be a part of that prayer. Ask God to help you be a part of the solution of unity. By the way, the end result of unity is the whole world will look at us and go, I don't know how they're doing that. It must be supernatural. Let's figure it out. Let's investigate. And they'll ultimately find Jesus. This is our goal. That the world would find Jesus, and they're going to do it when you and I, as his followers, practice and commit to unity. So be a unifying force today.